Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack and yeah, no Argentina's Milei bans gender inclusive language in official documents. Yeah, fuck the wokeness. Fuck the fucking leftists of shit. Afuera. he, he is the leading example. This is why Orange Man needs to do far better than Javier Milei. Javier Milei is delivering results, considering that Argentina has been considered to be the experimental hellhole of South America for wokeness, primarily because they outstanding in that department. I know this article is from Communist News Network, so well, it's going to be funny reading this. Argentina's president Javier Milei has banned gender-inclusive language in all official documents and public administration. Mwah. Perfecto. The presidential spokesperson said Tuesday, as the far right, that's why I say we're going to be laughing at Communist News Network. Libertarian continues to implement his socially conservative agenda. That's hilarious too because I don't find him a conservative. This dude went full libertarian. Completely. He fucks the establishment of Argentina. From both the right and the left. Because they are a fucking establishment there. And there's a lot of evidence if you seek to understand what's going on. Then check that out. Check Spanish speaking people who actually covered that out. And I follow them and I can confirm. Oh, it's fucking insane how these pieces of shit, especially to left, in Argentina, fuck up the country. But let's continue. To ban. Effective immediately will prohibit inclusive language and everything related to gender perspective through the National Public Administration. Manuel Adornis, spokesperson for the Casa Rosada, well, the equivalent of the White House, said in his daily press conference. Good. I said Spanish language is gender middle oriented. That's the word. It's gender oriented because, for example, he could be used as it, or even referring to she when you group certain demographic, certain people, certain objects. The same thing goes to way as the equivalent of she. It goes the same way. It's in the language. And this fucking inclusive language that they are just complaining CNN that they are banning is just to destroy the language because if you control the language, you control the people. Let's continue. Spanish is a gender defined language. Yeah, thanks for confirming that. Where most nouns are given a masculine O ending or a feminine A ending. In an effort to create gender inclusive language in Spanish speaking countries, there has been a push to use X, E, or Arab. In Spanish, they call that arroba. And it's just dog shit, honestly. That shit is circulating right now in Mexico too. Let's see how that country holds out. To create gender neutral nouns instead of using, yeah, and we hate them for that. For example, the gender neutral term Latinx, and everyone, including myself, hates that fucking term. You know what? I agree with that meme that says, yeah, call me that and you are going to understand why your crime statistic is high, and I'm going to show you why that specific statistic crime you are going to belong if you keep calling me that, you fucking racist piece of shit. Let's continue. Going forward, it will not possible to use the letter E or the arroba sign, the X, Adorni said, adding that people should also avoid the unnecessary use of the feminine in all public administration documents. Great. Fucking great, because that shit is just brain rot damage. It kills your neurons. It kills your brain cells. It kills thinking. Actual thinking, because it melts your brain. Wokeness melts your brain. It's confirmed. You can already confirm that on the internet. Let's continue. Adornis rejected the argument that gender inclusive language covers all demographic society, saying, the language that covers all sectors is the one we use. It's the Castilian language. It is Spanish, he said, and he's correct. Gender perspectives have been used as a political tool to the spokesperson said, and that's absolutely true. Like if you misgender someone, oh, I can now label you as a fucking bigot, racist, and I can sue your ass. Because that's what they do. They introduce this to the legal system to create fascism. Is what it is. To prosecute everyone who disagree with your fucking doctrine mentality. And it's power and control after all. That's what inclusive language is being designed for. This announcement comes after gender inclusive language was banned in the military. I hope, because fucking hell, I covered a video Chilean female SWAT force. They did some fucking dog shit. I was laughing my ass off, and I was saying I was fucking afraid that that's going to be the next police force to defend against cartels. But now, well, I want to say in that same competition, Argentina men fell below the women. I just like, fucking hell, you need to do something about that. But well, let's continue. Following a resolution by the country's defense ministry, the debate around gender neutral language has become a lightning rod in the culture wars in the Americas. Lightning rod just like a fucking plague. It's fucking plague. Ugh. With Milei's previously railing against gender ideology, a term that has gained prominence in recent years among social conservatives who oppose HDTV pedophile rights. Yeah, I read that correctly. The change comes after Argentina became the first country in Latin America to allow a different option in the gender. That's the thing. I previously said that I fucking hate Spain. I do, with all my heart's content. Why I hate a country like that? Because it belongs to the European Union. The European Union is with the bullshit. Spain is a prime example on a Spanish, well, funny enough, because well, they are original with that language, that surpassed in wokeness the US and the European Union combined. I'm not making that up. With feminism, with suffile, with pedophilia. Oh man, and I ranted so much. They give me a lot of fucking anger when I mentioned that country. And to my friends too, because they fucking noticed it that yeah, a lot of countries in Latin America got infected by wokeness because of Spain. It's a reality. They sent their feminists to our countries and fuck them up, fuck the women. And that's why I rant. I'm not going to stop repeating, yeah, women are the right to vote, because when they got infected by feminism, oh, they voted for some of the most dog shit, dog shit laws and bills that you could ever imagine, like protecting criminals, abortion, transformer surgeries on kids, this legal discrimination against men, so on and so on. Let's continue. The government of former President Alberto Fernandez announced a new national identity document, the DNI, for non-binary people to establish the terminology X in the field of gender for amended DNI and passports. So imagine a pedophile goes to your country and you can't prosecute them. Well, prosecute him because the most let's speak with reality. Yeah, the most pedophiles that go travels abroad. When it comes to these countries in Latin America are man, and funny enough, they are Canadian. Just checked Cancun, Mexico. The case of Jeffrey Epstein. He established a ring uh, to children to have the nasty deal with Canadian fox. Yeah, it's documented. Check that out. Yeah, females. Yeah, they are too. They are pedophiles too. We can't deny that fact. Just check Madonna on South Africa or Africa itself. Uh, let's continue. Fernandez also used inclusive language during his speeches, in stark contrast to Milei, a social conservative. He is full libertarian, communist news network, with ties to the American right. Libertarians because they even say, yeah, fuck conservatives, fuck the left. Tiemblen, zurdos de mierda, tiemblen. I love that man, seriously. Because he didn't have a politician career. He is an economist. I already said that. But we need to read this article because we are going to the next one. Who opposed abortion rights? Abortions. Abortion is not a right. Abortion murders, that's the correct word. And has called it climate change a lie of socialism, which is true. It's a fucking lie. Pollution exists, but you're not going to call out China and India. Am I right? Communist network? Sorry. Let's continue because, fucking WhatsApp is is cancer. Since coming to power last year, Milei has pursued conservative culture war issues. Now, real fucking issues. You have economical issues because the fucking left tortured that country's economy pretty bad. He wants to replace the Argentinian peso with the dollar. Why? Because with the dollar being circulating in Argentina, they can't fucking print money. Then if someone fucking corrupt goes back in office, they can't print money, and by that definition they can't create insane inflation because the inflation was created by insane amounts of spending for the government for fucking corrupt pieces of shit. On top of that, printing money to screw out the whole economy's country. That's why it's a good thing that they are replacing the dollar. The Argentina peso with the dollar. Last week, his government announced the closure of its anti-discrimination agency. Yeah, I love he started with the Ministry of Women because that was a fucking corrupt piece of shit organization that only was designed to hate men, discriminate men, and protect criminal women. Women who are criminals. For example, I always mention the case of Lucio Dupuy. I strongly recommend you're hearing this video, check that out. That insane case where two fucking lesbians Minecrafted a kid, a male kid, in the most gruesome way, and she bragged about it because, yeah, he was a male. But going back to the whole fucking woke language, someone is actually going that way. Salvador's crackdown on gender ideology drowns backlash. And you can understand, yeah, I really love that Nayib Bukele, this dude, actually called out George Soros and all of these fucking urinalists that just are spreading the fucking ideology. The same ideology that they use it to protect the Mara Salvatrucha, the fucking cartels criminals running Salvador into the ground, into flames. And he fucking cracked down on them. On top of that, I love his fucking closing them in cages. These fucking pieces of shit. So they Minecraft each other. And that's how you take the trash. And yeah, he's prosecuting them by how they look. And funny enough, you know how they discriminate that, but that why it's a good thing because if you see the tattoos of the Mara Salvatrucha, you can understand those tattoos have a meaning. It's because they were initiated. But well, I need to get to this article quickly just to end this video. This decision by Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele to eliminate gender ideologies from school books, good, and guides threatens to increase intolerance, shut the fuck up, and sexual violence, shut the fuck up, in this conservative country, libertarian country, I going to call that. I know Nayib Bukele called himself a leftist, but I just going to say he's not a leftist because what he did, yeah, he pushed it to left the actual left, the way how they behave, how they operate, he pushed them. And he succeed. There is no leftists in politicians or even in power positions inside the government. He pushed them away and without violence. Full democracy. That's the beauty of that because the people of El Salvador had enough. I keep repeating, El Salvador had a crime statistic 3 times higher than Mexico, and they are a small country. Let's continue. According to women's rights organizations and the HDTV community pedophiles. He ranted so much how these organizations are destroying everything. Everyone agrees with him. The United Socialism of America people, the citizens who are against their tyrannical government, agrees with him. Europeans agreed with him. Japanese people agrees with him because they were paying attention. Ah, so well, it's funny how Latin America that they were used as the laughing stock, at least those countries. Specifically, they are now leading the change in this whole cultural war. Funny how that works, honestly. We are in the South Park times. Let's continue. The Ministry of Education announced this week that it removed all traces of the gender perspective from school content, in line with similar decisions made in Argentina by. Alright! They just make me laugh so much. They want to label everything as far right and conservative. They are full libertarians, for fuck's sakes. They hate the fucking establishment. But well, lefties, they can't be reasoned. They are the box of Starship Troopers. So let's continue. President Javier Milei, mwah, who banned the use of woke language in the national administration. The decision was announced by the ministry days after Bukele recently re-elected. Yeah, there is a lot of fucking conflicts. I can understand that. I'm not going to criticize that because originally the laws were prohibited someone to be re-elected again, and he changed that because the people inside Salvador wanted him to be re-elected because he's leading the way. I know he backed out with the cryptocurrency stuff. It's an undeniable fact he fucked that up. But he corrected a lot of stuff like, yeah, fuck the wokeness, fuck protecting criminals, fuck this whole abortion ideology, fuck George Soros. That's good. Let's continue. Participated in a conservative gathering in the United States. He went there. I should strongly recommend you seeing that video. He encouraged US citizens to stand up by themselves. I strongly recommend seeing that video. No, wherever you are a U.S. citizen or you are someone from someone else country, you have to be aware what he said because it's true. We are under attack by fucking corrupt elite groups that want to destroy our lives. Let's continue. And was hailed by conservative groups, both criticized by feminist and human rights organizations, by feminist and criminal organizations. That's the correct word. That's the correct definition. Definition. Sorry. Well, at this point it doesn't matter. I just I'm correcting myself because well, they don't deserve to be apologized. These fucking organizations they don't deserve even a slightly sign of compassion. Seriously, they did so much damage to the world, especially feminists. That's the one I rant the most. Confirm, we have removed any use or any trace of gender ideology from public schools. Education Minister Jose Mauricio Pineda brought on social media X. On the same network, the ministry published, we clarified that all of this content has been spelled from guides, books, and other educational materials that were made and disseminated by previous administrations. Good, because, well, they were all leftist. The newspaper La Prensa Gráfica indicated this Friday that the ministry threatens to fire teachers if their ideology is disseminated. Great. Fucking great. When he was a presidential candidate in 2019, Bukele appeared open to discussing the demands of the HDTV community and feminist organizations. But in the presidency, he made it clear that he would not make reforms on issues that are very sensitive in a very conservative country, libertarian country, which has draconian laws against abortion. And you want to call draconian Minecrafting children? Seriously? That's why I hate the left the most. El Salvador banned abortion without exemptions in '98, which is punishable by 2 to 8 years in prison. That's too low. Sentenced to life in prison or even Minecrafting. That's how you will stop abortions and you will stop fucking women or being fucking hoes and falling on the same trap of the female liberation and free sexuality. Yeah, because that thing only did to women is just making them hoes. And not make it that up. A lot of women I met through my lifetime in the educational system they turned it into hoes and then got pregnant and then they are just bitching that why they don't have a good life. I wonder, you still choose the equivalent of the Latin American Tyrone, Nacho, Enrique, Jose. Well, Jose no. So usually Jose's names that refer to good people most of the time. Funny enough. Let's continue. But is something classified as aggravated homicide? Yeah, because it is, which carries sentences of 30 to 5 years in prison. Yeah, I don't think I need to go to this whole article anymore. You can clearly see how biased it is. And I wanted to show you this another one, but well, it's even more biased. Fundamental right. Oh man, they're fucking stupid. And it's hilarious. Then they start to be laughed at and be pushed away from society because that shit doesn't belong. It's just cancer. That's pretty much everything I needed to tell you here. I hope you watched this video and feel free to comment. Subscribe if you like. If not, well, at least you leave me a comment or a like if you feel like. I hope you have a pretty good day or night, wherever you are.